Here's the truth. Most people don't fail due to a lack of ambition. They fail because their goals are too vague, unwritten, or lack a clear timeline, leading to overwhelm, procrastination, and zero progress. Goal setting is a secret weapon that separates those who succeed from those who fall short. It brings clarity, focus, and motivation, giving you the power to prioritize, stay productive, and hold yourself accountable. In this video, I'll reveal the ultimate goal setting technique, guiding you step by step. Let's dive in. The program I use for goal setting is one that a lot of you may have heard of. It's called Trello. For those of you who don't know, Trello is like a Kanban style board system with lists and cards that you can move around easily. Its prominent use is mainly for project management to organise tasks between teams, but I really like using it for goal setting, and it's free to use up to a certain number of boards, which is even better. Okay, so the way it works is you have boards that you can customise. So let's call this board Yearly Goals. When you click into the board, it gives you the option to create lists. So I want you to use the list to identify the areas of life you want to improve. Also, just as a side note, you don't have to do every area at once. I know people often use the new year to set aside an absolute brain dump of things that they want to do and then try and do every single goal at once. But there's a reason 80% of people break New Year's resolutions by February. And it's normally because the motivation's run out, there's no clear plan, or it's too much so they just give up. By all means, get everything down onto the Trello board. But if you're new to this, be realistic, see this as a work in progress across a year, and focus on one goal at a time. Okay, so if you've identified the areas of your life you want to improve, add these as the list at the top here. So I'll add some of the goals which are the theme of this channel, which is health, wealth, and personal growth. It can be generic at this stage, just try to have clear areas, i.e. don't have wealth and health as one. Then under each of these lists, you can add cards which represent the goals for each of the different areas. Just get everything down that you want to achieve at this stage, no matter how ridiculous, scary, or difficult they may seem, but only if you truly want to achieve it. Don't try and kid yourself. This board is just for you. So I'll fill the health one out for now. Drink more water at the weekends. Give blood this year. Another one could be run or marathon. Get better at swimming. Optimize daily nutrition. So you see all these different cards represent a different goal under the list, which represents the area of life that you're wanting to improve in. The beauty with Trello is the ease in which you can move these cards around as well. So you can move them to any order that you want. I like to normally order them in priority of the ones that I think I can achieve first and are a little bit more short term. If you click into each card or goal, each card contains a description, due date, some checklists, attachments, labels, which gives you the ability to be super detailed about how you're going to achieve each of these goals. So now you have your goals represented by each card in a list. A lot of people would just walk away at this stage and go, all good, my goals are down, so that means I'm going to achieve them. That's not how it works. We need more granular detail here and some key action points. How are we actually going to achieve these things? You can use as much of this functionality as you like. Personally, I like to keep things really simple and just bullet point my to-do list in the description section. Sometimes I do use the due dates if something particularly pressing or I want to hit a certain milestone, but I try not to put too much pressure on myself with stuff like this. Like I said before, it's important you see this as more of a work in progress to be done across a whole year rather than just cramming everything into January, and therefore it needs to be sustainable. This goal list is something that I refer back to on a weekly basis, and that's what keeps me accountable, not just random due dates that I pull out of thin air and then don't hit, which can also be quite demotivating. Speaking of goals across the whole year, mine this year is to achieve 100 subscribers, so if you find this video useful and can help me with this by subscribing and liking the video, that would be much appreciated. So here are the list of goals that I want to achieve in the area of health this year. Let's click into drink more water at the weekends. Seems like a relatively simple one. Some people might think this is a bit of an overkill to plan this out. I'll just remember to drink more water. But we all know that doesn't happen and people forget, particularly at the weekends when there's loads of different things going on. Firstly, it helps to define and measure what more water actually means. Be more specific, i.e. I would like to drink 2 litres of water on Saturday and Sunday. The next step is thinking about how you're actually going to achieve it. You could say, I'll drink 8 cups of water both days, Saturday and Sunday, which might get you to your goal whilst you're motivated to do it, but that's not sustainable. Be honest, will you really count how many cups you've had across a day consistently without forgetting, revisiting the tap each time on Saturday and Sunday for the remainder of your life? Might sound a bit dramatic, but if the answer is no, then you won't keep up with it in the long term. Let's rephrase the goal slightly. What is the easiest and simplest way for me to drink 2 litres of water across Saturday and Sunday the next 10 years? Even though people regularly comment on me doing this throughout the week, I bought a big 2.2 litre water bottle from Amazon, which I will link in the description. I fill it up once in the morning and I know that I have to just drink the whole thing throughout my day to hit my goal. Simple. I don't have to think about it or remember how many cups I need to drink. If you get one of the see-through ones, it also acts as a constant visual reminder of how much you've got left to hit your goal throughout the day. Okay, let's do one more example. So let's click on run a half marathon. I'm going to start on the assumption of no prior experience or knowledge, so let's fully break it down. A half marathon is 21.1 kilometers, so half marathon equals 21.1 kilometers. Then either decide if you're going to just wake up one morning and do that distance in the street, or do you want to do an official one? What are the timescales here? Let's assume it's an official one. Now, you have to be honest with yourself here. If you truly want to achieve this, get it booked in, hold yourself accountable. So let's assume there's one on 28th of September, and that one is 6 months away. So one of the first things you need to do there is create a weekly training plan. There are a ton of apps out there to help with training plans like Runner or Strava, or you could literally just type it into ChatGPT. Please give me weekly. And yes, I am still polite to an AI algorithm. Manners cost nothing. Workout schedule to run a half marathon in 6 months' time. This is super useful, so it'll give you a little bit of an overall breakdown. And you can change this however you want. Give me a schedule on a weekly basis, including how to train each day. So this will give you a bit of a breakdown for each day. Then get this workout printed out or saved somewhere where you can stick to it and tick off the weeks. That's a preparation done from a workout point of view, but it doesn't stop there. There are other aspects or questions that you may want to consider or research. Write these as further to-dos to help you meet the goal. So that could be, what are the best running shoes to get? Do I need electrolytes? What's the optimal running technique? How do I measure my runs? Just write down anything that pops into your head that you can come back to later and research. The key is that all of these questions are relevant and tied to that particular goal, and answering them helps you to get one step closer. Even if the answer to the question is no, at least you've considered it and can be comfortable with your decision. This also makes the goal so much more achievable. You have an action plan from a workout point of view, but now you also have a list of questions and to-dos that you can consistently chip away at. It breaks the goals into granular details, which you can achieve one step at a time. I actually think asking these extra questions is also critical to making these kind of goals a lifetime change. You aren't just printing out a workout sheet and sticking it on the fridge to glance at every now and again for the next few months. You're fully immersing yourself in the running world for a period of time and uncovering a lot of unknowns, which makes you much more likely to continue with the habit, assuming it's something you end up enjoying. I hope this has helped. Remember, you can adapt this to any goal, big or small, over any time period you wish. There are no hard rules. The key is just to make sure you are organising your goals, getting them to paper and drilling down into how you'll actually achieve them. Please share your goals for this year with me in the comments. I'd love to see them. Now that you understand how to set goals and the level of detail required, it's important to be a master of your time so that you can achieve them. In this video, I share 5 habits I do every day which save me over 24 hours every week. Be sure to check it out.